Hey y'all, thought I would do a part two to the video that I did about being child free. I said that I would be doing that eventually, and so now seems like as good a time as any to do that. Okay, so if you have not heard by now, most people probably have, but if you haven't, there is a woman by the name of Adriana Smith, I believe, who is in Georgia. She is currently being left on ventilators because she's pregnant, and Georgia has strict AB laws that prevents them from taking this woman off of the ventilator because, of course, she's pregnant. So, I was in some TikTok lives earlier. Shout out to Pretty Intellectual and Neversin. I'm not necessarily that new to Pretty Intellectual, but I am a little bit new to Neversin, but I'm starting to get more familiar with the both of them, as well as countless other women, creators on here who go live and have, good, thought-provoking, deep conversations, and I recommend them highly. And, if y'all want me to do a video on TikTok or creators that you should follow for good conversations and discussions, happy to do that. And I think I actually just might do that, or not might, I will do that. I will do that. But anyway, moving on. But I caught the tail end of Pretty Intellectuals live regarding this topic, and then I went to Neversin's live and caught that one. But because I had heard a little bit about this story, but I did not get the full details about it. But I didn't even realize that the woman had been being kept on ventilators since February, and it's almost June. So, but they want this woman to carry this baby to full term. And it's just like, according to the doctors and what I learned in these lives is that the baby is already showing signs of having complications and deformities, abnormalities, whatever. And it's just, and I believe the family, of course, naturally, doesn't want the mother or the young lady to be kept on these ventilators. They want her taken off, but because of the AB laws in Georgia, they are not allowed. And I believe in Neversin's live, as well as Pretty Intellectuals, the cost of all of this is going to be put on the family. I will say this. If this is not more of an indication, especially for me personally, that my decision to be child free is not the correct one, I don't know what is. Because clearly, they don't give a damn about Black women and their bodies. I mean, we know that because of history, but, and I would never ever tell another woman what to do with their womb, but if this is not an indication to be child free or not to have any more babies, I don't know what is. That's just my 2 cents. Not to mention, while we are on, this subject, that man and this administration and his buddies always saying how they are, they run on this thing about being pro-life, but really and truly what they are is pro-birth. They are just pro-birth. That's just all it is. Don't give a damn about the child when the child comes into the world. After the birth, the child, the parents, you know, they're basically on their own because they're cutting programs that, you know, these children and families rely on, and left and right, you know, making it harder for women to, you know, take care of themselves, you know, and they are trying hard to even make it so that women, you know, they didn't have, you know, it's just so much. It's just so much. You know, I'm not going to delve deep into it because I'm already 5 minutes in on this video. So, you know, but the bottom line is this. I don't understand how they can call themselves pro-life when what they're doing with this woman in Georgia is inhumane and it's disheartening and it's disgusting, and it's an indication to me that being child free is the best way to go. It just is. And or just don't have any more kids if you have some already. You know, try your as best as you can to take care of the ones that you have already. But I would, you know, strongly caution against having any more kids in this political climate. That's just me. And also, and I'm gonna make this quick. Also, the whole thing that came out about, you know, that administration trying to get more women to have children by offering $5,000 for a baby. Trying to teach young ladies, you know, about their cycles, and I'm like, as if they already are not taught that about that from their parents, from you know, health class, whatever. You know, they can go on Google and type in and learn about anything regarding that, or go to their own doctors, OBGYNs, all that type of stuff, and learn about that. So that's not really an incentive, in my opinion. And then going back to the $5,000, what are they gonna do with $5,000? As high as it is to just simply live in this country at the moment, as well as would it take, how much it costs to even raise a kid. I've looked it up. I don't know the number right off the top of my head, but I've looked it up at some point. It's probably higher now, because I think I looked that up like years ago. It's probably increased by now. But as much as it costs to raise a kid, and they think $5,000 is going to do something, the child care alone for like daycare and after school programs and summer programs, tutors, babysitters, that type of stuff. Like, really? Seriously? and a gold medal, pin, whatever they're supposed to be getting, like, I really feel like we live in a Twilight Zone. Seriously. It's like living in the Twilight Zone. But I'm going to end it here because I know I can babble about this on and on and on. But I'm going to end it here just for my own sanity and for yours as well. And I know this is a long video. I'm going to put that it's a long video. Yeah. If you made it this long, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm just sharing my 2 cents. You don't have to agree with me. Totally fine. Just keep it cute in my comment section, like I always say. You can agree, you know, disagree respectfully. And if you agree, awesome, kudos. You know, yay, whatever. Even if you disagree, awesome, kudos, yay. Just keep it respectful, okay? And thanks again for looking. I always say that. Thanks again for watching, okay? And Black women, I hope that you in particular are taking time to rest, love on yourself, take care of yourself, and decompress. At least try to, you know, because shit is heavy out here. So, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Bye, y'all. Bye.